Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Perspective Podcast. I am your host, Sadomi, with the lovely, lovely SeenaBoBeena. Seena, say what up to the people.
Hey.
If you guys don't know, Seena is an awesome music streamer, sim streamer, and also cosplay fanatic, if I could say that, right? It's about right.
That's a word.
Okay, it's a word. It's a word. Anyway, she's awesome. Make sure you guys go check her out over at twitch.tv/SeenaBoBeena. Pretty awesome. Seena, how you doing today? How's your night going?
It's going pretty good. I'm just getting over a little bit of sickness, but I'm doing good.
Yeah, it's the first of winter, so I do it's the first of the year, so usually get sick around this time.
Everyone's sick.
God, I'm surprised I haven't gotten sick yet. But I'm pretty sure it's coming, just because I literally just said
it'll happen.
I'm going.
Don't worry, it'll happen.
I'm gonna catch like Radical 6 or something now.
Oh no.
Oh man. But alrighty, so Seena, I brought you on the podcast because I just never got a chance to talk to you too much. But like always been your streams, hung out, saw you again at TwitchCon. By the way, I'm not sure I told you how I meant to find your stream. Did I? Do you remember?
No.
Okay, I was literally browsing through IRL one night, back when it was still IRL, and the first thing I looked at, I was like, "Hey, she's the same chair as me."
Oh yeah. I think I remember this. Yep.
Except you got it in green, and I was like, I would get in green, but red's just like my color, just kind of like,
And I have a green screen problem with this chair. It's rough.
I bet you it reflects, doesn't it, like a lot?
Yeah, it just disappears. I have a hovering chair. Which is kind of cool, I guess.
I mean, like, it adds a new dynamic. There you go. I'm floating.
Yeah.
Alrighty. But anyway, how was your Twitch for 2018? How was it? How was your streaming career? You started in 2018 or 2017? I can't remember.
Started November 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it went really well. I didn't kind of came out of nowhere for me. I hadn't done anything like that. I hadn't touched my guitar in a really long time, and I just kind of dived into it, and it was great, and I had a good time. I met a lot of really cool, talented people, and I've learned a lot, and I'm excited for 2019.
Nice. Yeah, 2019's you had a goal at the end of the year to hit 3,000, and you did it. So
yeah, I did.
Followers, by the way, just so you know, I didn't specify. So
Yes, followers.
Still a big number.
Can you imagine 3,000 subscribers?
Yeah, you know what that's called?
What?
So get the hell about this apartment.
For sure.
True. Oh man, like I think everyone wants 3,000 subs, but at the same time, when you think about it, that's
a lot of work.
It's scary too.
That's scary, yeah.
Because sub money is just like it's there, not there one day. It's random.
Yeah.
And one thing I hate about how gift subs. One thing I hate about gift subs is that it's a really bad indicator now of
how your Twitch revenue is and everything like that, for sure.
Yeah, because before, just like you have 20 people subbed, you assume 20 people have subbed, not one person gifted 100 subs. So now that doesn't matter.
Yeah, because like next month the numbers aren't going to match, and it's really hard to. Yeah, I mean, I do like it, because it's I've had a lot of generous people gift, like sub bombs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's fun, but yeah, it makes it difficult to kind of figure out where you're at, if you're going upward or what.
Yeah, you don't have any like control over that number either. So it's just literally just like, well, I guess I have 200s. Like I know people like Ninja or Tim Tam, I don't gotta worry about it, but like, so you could just drop some numbers like that out of just the guy just didn't give subs back. People just didn't resub. I don't assume a lot of people are gonna resub either, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just never like think that's gonna happen.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man. Speaking of subs, when you went to TwitchCon, did you? I don't know how I'm segueing from subs into TwitchCon, but Twitch subs either way. How was TwitchCon?
Yeah. TwitchCon was great. It was my first TwitchCon. I mean, I was a little annoyed at the crowds and lines. I think everyone was. LineCon 2018.
It was great and horrible at the same time.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, just meeting everyone, like meeting people I looked up to, or I still look up to, meeting people that, are in my chat all the time. It was, like worth it all, honestly, waiting in those long lines. I hope this next year it'll be less liney, but it was worth it for me. It was such a blast.
Yeah, I really want to go back again, but like still really expensive. Like going across the country and like that time commitment. Granted, a great trip. We'll do it again, all over again, 2 times in a row. But it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, it's really expensive and it's hard to. I would not have been able to go had I not put up a dono goal to go to TwitchCon, because it was kind of like, it was something I wanted to do, but I was kind of just like, it wasn't really in my plans, and I was just like, hey guys, I don't like doing dono goals because they kind of make me feel weird, right?
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, like, but if you want to see me at TwitchCon, here. And it happened, and so it was, it made it a lot easier for me to get there. But I understand that that's not always the case for a lot of people going to TwitchCon.
Yeah, for sure. And I know like one thing that I wish they did was maybe have like a. Also, at the same time, I kind of wish they didn't. I'm kind of glad it's all just one TwitchCon. They're doing it with EU. They're having TwitchCon EU, and then TwitchCon like US. I mean, it'd be kind of cool if it was on the East Coast too, but then you have the part where some people wouldn't go to West then, and then people wouldn't go to East, and then you wouldn't see everybody.
And it would suck. Yeah. There's a lot of music streamers from like all over the world, and it was really great to meet them, like from Australia and like South Asia and things like that, and it's super cool.
But there was one person there. I think my friend told me about it. I forgot his name, but he I think he played something at Twitch. I'm not sure when or where, but he had a guitar. I'm probably describing every single music person who went to TwitchCon right now. But
trying to think.
John Tucker Young.
Samuel Tucker Young.
Don't tell him I said that.
You were so close. Honestly, you were so close.
Sam Tucker Young. Because I knew his name was very, like, you know his name when you say it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's one of those names that just kind of rolls right off the tongue. Yeah, he's super cool. I like him.
I actually met him in an elevator, and I'm just, like, shooting the shit with him. And it's funny, too. It's like, one thing I like about TwitchCon, or just kind of Twitch in general, is this nice little connection where you can just talk to people. Is kind of dope.
Yeah, and it's like, for the most part, like, nobody's like has like this Hollywood kind of vibe about them. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's usually pretty chill.
Yeah, and honestly, we're all a bunch of weirdos anyway. Like, we like memes. We can't be that uppity.
Like, we're not that special. Like, we like video games and memes. Like, suck on Mountain Dew out of bottles. Like, it's fine.
Now, I wonder how VidCon is with that. Yeah, I assume it's kind of this. It's kind of like the internet culture, kind of has the same thing where we're more open, but YouTube a lot less directly talking to people versus Twitch and Mixer and other streaming platforms. You're just back and forth.
Yeah, I think YouTube celebrities, if you will, are a lot more entertainers than like connectors and things like that. I mean, I consider us entertainers. We kind of talked about that before, but I just we interact with the people we're entertaining. We're all friends, like and it's just I don't know how VidCon would be. I've never been there, but it is. I would think it's a little more mainstream too.
Yeah, because like the YouTube community's giant freaking enormous. Like Twitch, you don't have that many people who do like the niche things, but literally YouTube is just created by like 800 different niches. Yeah, like there's makeup, hair, cosplay. There's weaponry, gun weaponry, sword weaponry. There's dogs. There's cats. There's
everything.
Jake Paul's, like everything.
Yeah, Jake, whatever he's doing. But like, there's only so much you can live stream. Without it getting weird or kind of boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But YouTube, you can sky's the limit. You could record and edit everything to make it look exciting and get an audience out of it.
And you won't get banned that quickly either.
True.
Like, I'm pretty sure if anyone tried to like record live fights that wasn't like a boxing match between two YouTubers or like an illegal UFC stream, you probably get banned.
You might. You might.
Oh my god.
You never know.
Yeah, I throw so much shade just like on Twitch for like I don't know, like I love it, and I think because I love it so much, I kind of also give it a lot of shit, a lot of like back talk, because
For sure.
you kind of have to. It's
Yeah. I
like a
mean,
younger brother.
it's how we survive.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's can't even. Speaking of not just Twitch, but have you looked into streaming into any other platforms?
Streaming into other platforms, not so much. I'm pretty content in Twitch. I know a lot of people have moved over to Mixer, right?
Yeah, such
And
as myself.
yeah, such as you. And I hear good things about it and whatnot. But I don't know. I really like the people I know here, like the community that I have here, and I just I don't think that I would stream anywhere else. I know YouTube has streaming too. Um, but I'm yeah, it's just I'm really comfortable with Twitch at the moment.
And that's fair. Like I understand. I think you're in that group of people where Twitch is like great for you.
Yeah, it's like benefiting me, like it's good for me.
How
But
about
I understand.
the? Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, like I understand some people, it's just like not working for them. They need something different, you know.
Yeah. So I was thinking, what about the copy? Since you do live music, and do you have any issues with like copyright, strikes or any of that?
No, well, so I used to play copyrighted music on my video game streams, and then there's always been like scares about people getting banned and things like that on Twitch. Yeah, just all that craziness
Yeah.
going on, and it's kind of it kind of for the first time it happened, it scared me. I was like, oh, I better stop playing copyrighted music, blah blah blah. And then it just kept happening, and nobody was not very many people were getting banned.
Yeah.
And but then I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna for my video game streams, I'm just gonna play Pretzel and call it good, whatever. But as far as like doing covers and things like that, there's no problem as long as I don't play like karaoke music that isn't Twitch sings.
Mm. Oh yeah, I
That's
forgot all about Twitch Sings.
yeah.
Oh man, it's live now, right? It has to be live now, right?
I don't think so. Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's still in beta because I'm still on that list.
Yeah, because I know I did it when I did at TwitchCon. It was fun.
Yeah.
Well, I lost. That was the day. That was the exact moment I lost my voice too. I
Oh
remember.
no.
I'm not sure because I think you were. Yeah, you were lying with us. I'm not sure. I walked out and I was like, "Hey guys." It told me to sing
Yeah.
like death metal, like the death metal voice, and I don't know what death metal like sounds like. So I'm just sitting there like, oh, do I do that screamo thing? Because I listen to a lot of like, well, what brand is that? Like romance, James, not James. I can't. I don't know. All those bands we listened to in middle school when we were really like angsty.
Right. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So my first thought is like screaming of sirens. That's what I was thinking of. But anyway,
Okay.
I was like. And when you're not trained to do that, it just wrecks your throat instantly.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of, I probably should have done that at the first like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Don't hurt yourself.
I got to record tomorrow too, so it's gonna be fun if I did anything.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, there's so much cool stuff at like released at TwitchCon too for the like for like all the new stuff coming in for the next year. A lot of cool stuff, but I definitely wish I took like a better list of everything. It's like a better note of everything because it looks like without the hype of TwitchCon and that presentation, it's kind of like I don't really notice anything that major.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like so I'm not sure if you
Excuse
feel
me.
the same way or not, but like, oh, that's fine. Drink up, water.
Yes, I'm thirsty. My hydration bot was going off in my head. Yeah, I honestly, there was just so much going on at TwitchCon that I just never really took the time to like, what's new? Like I wasn't in the mood to like browse at things. You know what I mean? I was just like, oh, let's go watch this show over here. Let's go watch the cosplay contest over here. Oh, look, I know that person. Let's go. There's just all this stuff going on, and it's to me, for my personal experience, I did not even think about looking really deep into what the changes that have been made. I mean, Twitch Sings was hard to avoid,
Yeah, they
especially
just
as
toss that
music.
in your face, and only that, like, you walk into the front, it's like that big blocky, boxy booth. Which surprised you couldn't hear anything out of that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you could when someone had a really strong voice, but yeah, it was pretty dang quiet. I went through Twitch Sings once, and it was a good time. Where I went with the group I was with, and we were a little mad because the people in line said since we were a big group, we could do 2 songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we were all pumped, and we picked 2 songs. We picked a Panic at the Disco song, and I think it was a Backstreet Boys song.
Yeah.
Of course, like the best choices ever.
Yeah,
And so we get in there and we sing one song, and it wasn't like the one that we wanted the most, right? But we sang it, and then we're like, yeah. And then it ended. We were like getting pumped for our next song, and then some chick comes in. This woman was like tall, dark, and beautiful, and just like she had a British accent, and she was just a goddess, right? And she was just like, okay, guys, time's up. I'm not gonna do an accent. I can't do them. Don't even. Anyway, so she's like, all right, guys, time's up. Time to move on. And we're like, we were told we could do 2. And she's like, and she looked at me, she said, who told you that? I was like, oh shit. Like, she's coming for me. I was like, somebody, because she was just so beautiful and radiant. I didn't know what to say. I didn't, like, I was intimidated, like hardcore, but I was also mad because I was like, no, they told us.
I'm supposed to say that she was too beautiful to be like, I was intimidated. That's like my line.
Well, and she was, and with the accent, and she was tall, and she had heels on. Like, this girl was working. Oof. And so she was, and so we were trying to explain to her, like, no, they told us too. Like, who told you? And I don't know their name. Somebody working the lines, and she's like, sorry, we got to keep the line moving. I'm like,
I bet you it was Dave too. It's always Dave. There's always some dude named Dave.
Yeah, so we were pretty bummed out about that, but we had fun. It was just hard to hear yourself sing. That was kind of the hardest part for me. It was just so much going on, and I've never really performed live, like, besides my Twitch music stuff. So I've never actually like gone to an open mic or anything like that. So to me, it was very different and kind of scary.
Nice. Now, do you want to perform live one day, or to kind of keep it like just to your?
Yeah, I do. It's just I'm really scared. There was a couple people that were trying to get me to do some stuff at TwitchCon, but I was just like, what if I mess up? What if I do bad? Like, there's so many people watching, and so my goal is to be ready to perform at TwitchCon at the little music area they had for next year, hopefully.
Ooh, okay. I see you. I see Seena. I see her.
Yeah.
Any original songs or just covers?
Probably covers, honestly, because that's just what people know and they like. It depends on what I'm doing, really. If I'm performing there, they have several different music things. Like, after the convention, they have like little hangouts and stuff, or like little open mics, if you will. So I don't know, one of those things. I just want to have the guts to just get up and do something. That's it. Doesn't have to be great. Just do it.
I think you'll be fine. I think you will rock it out the park.
I hope so.
I mean, shoot, at the very least, you practice like enough. I'm sure you practice off stream too. You don't just practice on stream.
Yes, I practice every day, except for today because my throat's been kind of iffy, and I was like, I don't want to kill my throat, so I'm like, I'm just gonna keep it cool for today, especially since I was gonna be on here with you. So, but yeah, I usually practice every day with my my songs, my guitar playing, my voice, and everything. And I'm looking into getting like a vocal coach type person in the near future, hopefully.
I've definitely heard those are like the best investments. Someone who's like self-taught. Are you self-taught, or does someone teach you?
I'm mostly self-taught. Like, I was in choir in high school, but it's not that choir music isn't really what I sing,
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, I have a little bit of a foundation of music with that, but aside from that, it's mostly just self-taught. And I taught myself how to play guitar and things like that. So I have like no music theory training. I'm like, what's a B flat? I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah, if you gave me like sheet music, I'd be like, this isn't in American. I can't read it. I'll just
This
put it
is in
somewhere
English.
else.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that would be. The top says "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," but that's all I know.
Yes. Oh man, I always wanted to like do some like learn music. Well, learn how to create some kind of music. But I know for a fact I just get too distracted. Like I see something new and shiny, like a new hobby, and I just want to pick it up and try it for a week, and then I find something else new and shiny. So I just
And it's over.
bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just bounce around. Wait, it's over. It's over. I've had
Yeah.
opportunities to buy like guitars like 4 times in my life where it was like a good deal, a good like chance to try it, and always been like, I'll wait till next time.
That's yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I picked up the guitar in high school and I just really wanted to be honestly, I just wanted to look cool. Like I know as dumb as that sounds, but it's just like I wanted to be cool and I wanted to have a guitar and play a guitar and just be able to impress people with that, you know? Um and so that's kind of what motivated me.
That's looking cool. That's a legit motivation. Why do you think people wear
I mean,
Supreme shirts?
yeah.
That's exactly what that is.
Yeah, I mean to be honest, that's a lot of what I do is because like I want to look cool. Like that's not the only reason why I do things, but yeah.
I mean, like I said, anyone who performs online literally has to have some kind of get something out of that emotionally. Looking good, looking
Right.
cool,
Yeah.
make something awesome. It's just kind of you have to.
Yeah, for sure. Getting that attention. Like we like it. Like let's not lie to ourselves.
Like my favorite lie people tell too is like, don't stream for the viewer. Stream if there's no one there watching. It's like, why the hell are you streaming?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it makes no
It's
sense.
yeah, that's hard because it's I mean,
I see what they're trying to say, but it's
yeah.
they need to word it way better.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of like well, it's no fun unless someone's there.
It's like, think about it. Have you ever? I mean, there's some things you do that for fun, when no one's there, but you wouldn't go through the effort of setting up your OBS to do it if you don't care if people are there.
Yeah, like and a lot of people put a lot of effort into their setup and things like that, and it's kind of it's kind of a circle of it's not fun unless someone's there, but you aren't gonna get a whole lot of people in unless you're having fun pretending people are there.
The way I look at it is the much better way of saying it's like no one's in stream. Well, get people in stream, duh.
You know, like make friends, be a part of communities, like get to know people. I you know my mod Yams tonight, right?
Oh yeah, of course no yams.
Everybody owes.
Yeah, we go way back.
Yams.
Back to
Yeah,
99.
everybody's like everyone wants to be his best friend or his lover. Like he's paired off with so many people. Like and he's a great dude. But he just started out just being my mod, never really streamed or anything. He's bouncing out of people's streams all the time. People knew him. As soon as people came into my chat, he'd be like, hey, you know, and everyone knows Yams. So as soon as he started streaming, like he had a pretty decent viewership right off the bat because he knew people and he kind of did that networking ahead of time.
Yeah, like a lot of people. I say a lot of people don't put effort into finding ways to bring people into their streams, and like sometimes you've got to put effort. You just have to be a kind of person who's more of a who can gravitate people towards them. Like a lot of people don't have that naturally, so you have to do something to grab them in.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think back in college, I had the personality. I don't know where the hell it went now. I just kind of walk around, like yell, and see who doesn't ban me. That's usually works.
Yeah, that's how life works.
Oh man. So speaking of a bit more of that, one topic that I always am curious about is hearing like fun stories and fun like tales of horror from female streamers. Because I love seeing what my gender can do to make me look even worse.
Oh no. But to be fair, us girls are pretty dumb too. So. But yeah, I agree that I guess I assume you're referring to the kind of things that female streamers have to put up with.
Yes, on like the daily, the monthly, the weekly, the hourly for some.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, I don't have it too bad, honestly. I think I have a really great community full of a lot of great guys and great girls. But there have been times where I've had to lay down the line and you know, just tell someone like, hey, that's not okay. And like I had been telling my community, and I've told you, like I'm trying to be less apologetic lately. That's kind of my thing for the year. um, to not be sorry for things that I shouldn't be sorry for. I shouldn't be sorry for telling someone that they're making me uncomfortable, for drawing that boundary line. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like it's a lot of people like forget that boundary line for sure. Like just because we entertain doesn't mean you own a right to anything we have or do.
Right.
And I feel like with donations and stuff like that, that definitely can get a weird I don't say a blurry line, but it skews the expectations of a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. I know as a streamer, I know that if somebody, I mean, I don't mean to be like, I know that if somebody sends me a lot of money, if someone donates or is very supportive, I appreciate them a lot. I do. But I'm also more wary of that person, if that makes sense.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because not that I know if they're a bad person or whatever. It's just I don't want to get into that, like, oh, you owe me, like I've done all this for you, and I
Mm-hmm.
just don't want to get into that, and I don't want to make friendships built off of that. So I think it's important to, like, we can get to know each other and fine, but at a normal pace as everyone else, like I just because you donated me a bunch of money doesn't mean that I'm going to prioritize you over, other people in my stream. Because I mean, while I appreciate you and I want to show my appreciation as best as I can, like I'll learn songs for people or bump up their song in the queue or whatever, um, but I I tend to be very wary about that because I've had people in the past who have felt like they deserved extra from me because of their support.
Mm-hmm. Because people see that donate button, it's instead of donate, it's buy attention.
Right, yeah. And it's like it's not what it should be about. It's like, hey, if you want to support me, thank you. Like, I'll try to, make it worth your while. I'll try to make my stream better for you. I will try to make my content better, improve all this that's going on right here. But I'm not gonna move my personal boundaries for you.
A1. That's every A1. Best I can say to that. I've had situations, like weird situations with that too, with like expectancy.
Mm-hmm.
And for me it wasn't monsters, more like time. But at the same time, I keep like people. It's streams are so, for me personally. Back in the day, they were all like cater to everybody, cater to the highest denominator, get as much attention, drama, like fun bits, money, whatever, and that was like fine. Now I'm just kind of doing what like I want to do, what I know will be better for the day. And it's been helping so much. So I'm also kind of starting this project here. This project's been, it's giving me something to keep doing again. So I like doing that. It's great.
Yeah.
Will everybody like it who comes to my channel? Fuck no. The people who hate listening to me anyway.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of people need to like, also newer streamers need to set boundaries real quick and not mock the 1st person they see.
Yeah, I think that is a big problem that I had as a newer streamer. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know, I just, people kind of took over because I let them.
Mm-hmm.
And my community at the very beginning was awful. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I had some great people in there still who I'm like really glad they stuck around through this awful time in my community, but it was full of a lot of toxicity and just like, it was just really bad. A lot of negativity. There's people fighting all the time. It was a mess.
No.
And I'm really proud of how my community kind of evolved. It's very, supporting each other, just kind of like, oh, I went to the gym today, like awesome, or oh, I lost this much weight, and like, hey guys, check out this song, it's really cool, or here, check out this song I made, it's really cool, or oh, I just got this in the mail, like it's, I love that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I want in my community. I don't want like people, I don't know, just getting salty over arguments that don't matter and just belittling people and bringing people down. But I didn't know any better at the time, and that's kind of how my stream, not my stream, but my community ended up. Oops, sorry, my community ended up being, and it's hard when you're first streaming because you don't know. You just don't know what you're doing.
You just don't know. Like, you can watch all the guides in the world, but until you actually do, you actually kind of experience some things. it becomes almost second nature. Like, okay, nope, nip that in the bud. We're not doing that. Cut that shit out.
Yeah, like nowadays I'm just kind of like, not having that. Just bye. Nope. And yeah, it's so funny to see how it's all evolved from when I first started.
Well, I'm glad to see you where you are. You seem much. Well, I'm not sure if I was around. Was I around back then, technically, or no?
I don't know. 2017 in November is when I started. Like, so January 2018 is like around when I was like partner, or not partner, affiliated. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. I can't remember. How long have you been hanging out in my stream?
At least since the chair.
Since the chair. So you weren't here for the very beginning, because when I first started, I wasn't like this like small, tiny computer chair on my laptop. I wasn't even in the room. And so yeah. I've had a lot of changes since then.
Yeah, man. Everyone changes too. Like, you have to change. It just changes you as a person. I think streaming changes a person at the very least. Like, it just kind of does, not in a bad way or like a good way, just changes in general.
Mm-hmm. For sure. This chair's squeaky.
my chair squeaks. Listen.
It cuts it out. It cuts it out. You're good.
Okay, good. I better with this is how much this thing costs with this filter and all the filters I put on OBS. I better not hear my sweat drop. I better not even. I better not hear the wind when I breathe.
I heard a little bit. All
right, I'm sending it back to Amazon.
I want my money back.
I heard myself breathe. Oh my gosh. But yeah, streaming's definitely. I started streaming off of a huge stupid situation. I would get into that, but that's a later time. Only because, like, if I go into it, it'll. Oh, I could talk about it, but the reason I don't talk about it is because it was. I would say personal, but I literally have told stream about everything. Like, I'm very open. I don't care. Like, nothing in my life I hide except for my internet history. That's it. That's it.
Fair.
It's just kind of just natural. I just can't help it. But like I said, I definitely noticed that when I first started streaming back in 2017, April 4th, I'm a totally different man now. Mm-hmm. In fact, I'm a different boy now. Because I'm a boy. I'm young. I'm
a grown boy.
Oh man. But yeah, I think one thing too that really got me the most was like this feeling of weird isolation with streaming, because I don't have many IRL friends, just because I spend all my time sitting my ass in this chair talking to people on the internet. So
right.
Well, sometimes I don't have people I hang out with out in public. So you know,
like I really don't have a whole lot of IRL friends, if you will. It's just like, this is what I do. This is what I'm all about right now, and it kind of takes priority. And the friends that I've made online are, I love them to death and they're great. But there's also a wall there, I think, than having an IRL friend. So you do have a sort of isolation that kind of comes up from streaming, I think.
Yeah, which is why I love going to cons, like especially TwitchCon. It's kind of like that wall gets just like smashed.
Like hammered down. Yeah, it's so nice. And it's just like you're able to open up, and it feels like a big release, honestly. It's just kind of like, yes, my friends. Like
it feels like here. You're finally like in a place where you actually like fit in, and it's like, oh, I'm actually not the weird, I'm the normal one here. Oh, this is sick. Yeah.
And I was so nervous about TwitchCon because I was just like, I don't know how I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be super awkward because I'm pretty awkward. Like
you're not that awkward.
Sometimes I am. Yep.
Yeah, sometimes. But
but it was like meeting people who I've interacted with a lot in streams, whether it be other streamers or viewers and whatnot, or other people in the music community. Um, like meeting them, it was just like so it flowed really well for me. It was just like, oh yeah, like we know each other.
But you don't like
Like we're
know each other, but you know each other.
right. It's so weird. It's such a weird thing. Like I was mentioning to you earlier, like this is such a weird thing for humanity. Knowing someone like but not quite knowing them. I don't know how to explain it further than that.
If you told
But
someone
it's
200 years ago that I knew who you were, but I've never been within physically 20 miles of you,
that's magic.
you're like,
That's
how?
magic.
You've never seen her in your life. I know. Oh, I've
It's
seen
so
her with this
weird.
box and like this
Yeah.
picture thing here. It's great.
But even with that, there's like so much you don't really perceive about a person until you're physically there with them. It's so weird.
Like their height.
Yes, like okay, so like um all the music streamers, all the girl music streamers, all really cute. I love them all the female music streamers. But when I showed up to where all the music streamers were at, I just felt like this giant just like walking in because they were all so small. And I didn't realize I didn't realize I was that tall. I don't know. I'm not really that tall, but for some reason everyone's short. I don't know what happened.
And just everyone for context, Seena's like 5'7" ish. Yeah, 5'7" ish. And like I'm 6 foot. She came up to like my little my chin or my chin, I think.
Somewhere
Either way,
around there.
like, and yeah, she's not like tiny. I've seen. I forgot one girl was literally any smaller. I think she legally would have been able to go on that small person show. Like,
yeah,
this tall.
legally would have been able to go on there. Yeah, no, they were super tiny and like they're cute. Like I love it. Like their petiteness is adorable, but I felt so humongous. But you just don't see that on screen. You know, that's I've watched these people and I thought, oh yeah, they're probably maybe my height, and then nope.
And one thing too, you always forget that you don't think about to the very last second is smell.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. You
like,
go on and you're like, ooh.
Like, and it's not even just like because I was going expecting the worst out of everybody. Like everybody, I'm sorry, I don't care if I know you for 6 years or two minutes.
Yeah, and I mean you're at a convention, hot. We've been out in the sun and the like.
I'm assuming you smell like cheeks, like everybody. So if I go in, I'm like, hey, I don't smell cheeks. Hey, you automatically that's automatically like positive. Like, you can't go any lower. You only go up. You can only gain points for me.
Yeah, for sure. It's just seeing someone in person who you've come to know online is just crazy. It's I don't I don't know how to explain it much more than that.
It's definitely scary too, for one thing. Like especially because your brain doesn't put two and two together. It's like I don't know them, but I know them, and your brain is trying to like, wait, who is this person? Like I know who it is, but my brain doesn't know who it is. So I'm in like defensive body mode, but at the same time I'm in like.
It's like I want to hug you, but this is weird. Oh yeah, deciding whether to hug people at TwitchCon was a fun thing, but I ended up just hugging everyone. I was like, all right, let's do this.
It's easier too if you just go well, first know if you just I think asking, but also kind of like the social quiet asking, just like a
kind of like
I think everyone gives like hug to TwitchCon though, like almost everybody.
Yeah.
Is
like if someone were to tell me like, oh, I'm not really a hugger, I'd be like, hey, handshake, like let's go, like hand hugs.
Like I've definitely dapped people up though, like for sure. Like, hey, what's up, man? What's up? Like obviously, but you know.
Yeah, it's definitely when you're at a con, make sure that the person knows who you are first of all, because even if they've seen your face, they may not recognize you right away. It's different, like we were just saying. Someone came up to me at TwitchCon and they I was waiting in line and they were going the opposite way, you know, as the lines were overlapping. And I kind of glanced over and he's like, "Can I get a hug?" I was like, "Yeah." sure. And so I went for a hug, and then I was just like I don't know what's going on. And then he's like, "Oh, I follow you," and I was like, "Cool." And then he showed me his name tag, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I know you. That was fine. Yeah, okay."
That's the
But
just show your name tag. That's all you need to do.
yeah, I mean, it was fine. Like afterwards, I was just like, "Oh yeah, of course I'll hug you." Like I kind of want to hug you again now that I know who you are, but but yeah, just always let people know who you are. Just like if they give you a funny look, like they're not sure, like don't get offended. Like especially at like TwitchCon, you're meeting so many different people, seeing so many faces. Just show them your name tag. Just be like, "Oh, it's me," and then they're just, "Oh yeah,"
And a
it
lot of
happens.
people
I
too
mean,
don't have like their face like attached to their name. They
yeah.
forget that, so it's like, "Hey, it's me." I'm like, "Who the fuck is me?"
I'm sorry. No, I'm me. Yeah, for sure. It's I even was not recognized by somebody that I came up to until I said my name, and it's like at first I was like, "What do you mean you don't know me?" But then I was like, I didn't know people either. It's fine. Like what am I talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
So.
like I do love it though. I do love that awkward. Like I love watching it too. If you look closely, you can kind of watch people. It's like, okay, that dude's talking to that girl. I know that girl's a famous like IRL streamer. That dude's talking. I want to see what happens with this interaction.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
It's kind of fun to see.
Do you people watch a lot or no?
I think I kind of do, honestly. It depends on what's going on. Like I think I have different modes to myself. Like sometimes I can be very social, and I like to kind of go around and talk to people and kind of go in and out of different groups and just kind of see what's going on. But then usually when I'm tired or I'm more thoughtful, if I'm just kind of in a more thoughtful mood, I'll just kind of kick back and just kind of like watch interactions and just kind of feel what's going on in rooms and things like that. My favorite thing is when and I think this happens at cons a lot too, because there's just so many people. Like you're walking by and then you just get a snippet of a conversation that's just like really dramatic, and you're just like, "Ooh, like what's happening over there?" You're like, I kind of wanted to stop, but
Oh my god, I had the best situation. I was like streaming. This is my only. I don't IRL stream often, like actually out in the streets, like walking around. I did it once, and it was great because I'm walking by. I just got done getting Dunkin' Donuts. Right, I'm walking by the shop, and I heard this man like, "Who's Tony, huh? Who's Tony?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, here we go." And then other dude comes out the building and is like, "Huh? You say I smoke weed, huh? You say I smoke weed too? You say I smoke weed with Tony?" And I'm like, "Oh god, who's Tony? Where's Tony?"
Who's Tony? Where he at?
I see this girl just like, I don't know what she's saying. I think she was singing in Spanish, or she's really just slurring every word, just yelling at both of them. And the only reason I didn't stick around was because I knew like TOS, someone's gonna drop an N-bomb. And because they're black folk too.
Okay.
So
yeah.
like, it was like there's gonna be an M-bomb somewhere. I mean,
yeah.
I got a pass technically, but we're just I don't know if they're gonna be like fighting, yelling, throwing shit, saying other stuff. So I'm gonna listen and make that face.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
I swear that's my favorite meme ever.
Yeah, that one. You're pretty good at it.
Because I've actually done it. Like before that meme, I've been like,
yeah. Those are fun moments. The little things.
You always do. I think the first time I did that with my friend was talking back to his mom, right? Mind you, my house that doesn't. I don't know. That does not compute. It's not even like I just does not compute. So he's like, "What the fuck, mom? What are you doing?" I'm just like, "Oh." I just walked 2 feet to the left.
Yeah, just like, I don't want to be a part of this. Oh my gosh. Do you remember like growing up and going to like kids' houses, and then there would be like drama going on with your friend and their parents, and you'd just be like, "This is so uncomfortable. I want to go home."
That was always so awkward. Like it was the worst because I had this happen so much. It was so oh my god.
Yeah, I've had that happen a lot. not fun. I mean, my parents were always really chill, so we didn't have a whole lot of drama. But yeah.
Yeah, it's something I think every kid needs to experience that though in someone else's household.
Yeah.
Because if
maybe
you,
to realize what they've got it good at home or something, like
yeah, or even just seeing how other people like live. That's like I think that everyone should learn. And this is again, name of the podcast. I love it. Get as much perspective on other people's lives and your own life as possible. That's the only way you can learn, and the only way you'll be like, okay, this is what I want my life to be, and what I want my life to not be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's really important to take in lots of different cultures, and not just in a sense of like a like nation cultures, but I mean like family cultures and just the way people are raised, the way they know how to live. I think it's important to see different styles of living and different attitudes towards things, so that like you said, so you know what you want, so you can learn from those things and also be more tolerant, I guess, to how other people live.
Oh yeah, and like best example too. Like I don't. If we had the same like, not like a problem between us, but like a problem showed up, we would have different ways of experiencing it, of knowing what we want to do with it. Because you grew up as white girl in California, I think. I grew up as black kid in Jersey. We're gonna have different experiences.
Totally different. Yeah.
Totally different. Totally different.
Totally. Yeah. And it's okay to be like different from each other. That's what makes life great, that we're all so different and we can learn from each other. But it's important to recognize that.
That's the fun part. Like imagine if we were exactly the same.
That'd be so boring.
Exactly. Wait, no, hold on. Am I you or you me? Are we a combination of both of us?
I don't know, but I hate both of us.
Okay, all right. Well, that would be horrible. I would have hair again.
Or would I not have hair?
We'd have like that short, like really short, like bad shit cut. Or we'd have a halfer, like half it like buzz and half like long. Like kind of like Sombra from Overwatch a little bit, I think.
Okay. I feel like either way we would have to wear a hat though.
Oh yeah, for sure. It'd be a great skin complexion, right down the middle.
Oh man.
We'd be pretty tall too. You probably actually to get taller because the averages just kind of do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just thinking of like Dragon Ball Z Fusion. That's the first thing I'm thinking of.
Nice.
Speaking of, what animes are you a fan of? I know you are.
Yes.
Like, just.
Yeah, Sailor Moon back there. I've watched quite a few, but not as much as some people watch. But I don't like to claim to be like this anime expert. So when people ask me what my favorite anime is, I usually don't know what to answer, but I usually tell them Princess Jellyfish. It sounds really like cutesy, and it is in some ways, but it's also hilarious. Like it just like the awkwardness of nerds. It captures it very well, and it just makes me so happy. It's really relatable.
Because you were a bit of a nerd growing up yourself, then.
Yes, yeah, I was the girl with glasses. Like me and my cousin were in our backyard pretending we were the Sailor Scouts from Sailor Moon. Video games, I mean, I'm pretty young, but I didn't really get into video games until a little later, simply because my parents were not big fans of video games. Yeah, so I wasn't super nerdy, and I was pretty sheltered. And I think things that are considered nerdy back when I was growing up were kind of iffy for parents. You know what I mean? Like all of that stuff. Kind of
like they all thought Pokemon were the devil. Like literally you were practicing Satanism in your backyard, which I mean, I know if I'm not a parent, so I can't say anything, but I don't get how I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I tried. It took me 10 years. 10 years. I've tried. I can't get that.
Yeah, it was all very new, I think, and the whole nerd culture started growing and growing, and it just kind of blew up, and it's cool to be a nerd now. I don't think that I don't know. I don't like to say that I was a bullied nerd and things like that, but I don't know. Like, I didn't really have a whole lot of friends growing up, and I don't know. I like nerdy things as much as I was able to get with the boundaries that I had with my parents. But yeah, that's how I kind of grew up.
I mean, like I said, everyone has different like experiences growing up with with video games and everything. My mom was mad lenient, except for Grand Theft Auto.
Oh
Literally,
yeah,
I could do anything, but the man just like Grand Theft Auto. No, you can't play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
Why
I feel
not?
like a lot of parents were like that. But what I did end up playing was Saints Row. Have you ever played
Oh,
Saints
I
Row?
love Saints Row. Well, which
Oh
one
my
did you play?
gosh.
1, 2, 3, or 4?
I started on the third.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. The fourth one's mm,
I think I had the most pure fun with 4, only
I
because
could
you
see that.
literally just draw. I got home from work. I will sit down and go fly
Yeah.
and spray.
Like
Listen.
you're not trying to like level up or anything or get better at the game because you're just OP, you're just starting out. You know what I mean? So it's like fun. But, yeah.
The game's so badly balanced. They're like, literally, you're just so broken. We don't even use cars any. Like, you can just customize car. There's no point. You run
There's
faster
no
than
point.
a car.
You're
You
flying.
control better than a car. And if you get
Yeah.
hurt, you just heal yourself. You're fine.
Yeah. You're fine. You don't need anything. Yeah. I mean, it's a fun game, but I prefer the third.
Yeah, the third is a bit
Because-
more. I don't want to say grounded, but it's. I think I definitely had fun with the 3 though. I think 3 is my first one as well. And
Okay. Yeah. I haven't played anyone before that, so
yeah, apparently Saints Row 1 and 2 were like GTA clones, like hardcore GTA clones. So that's what
yeah.
they're trying to go for. But then they were like, we're gonna go bankrupt if we do this. It's like, what do you want to do? Let's put a gigantic pink dildo in that bitch.
How did I know you were gonna say that? Oh my gosh. Yeah. And it was just like that was it. That's what it needed.
Because I love that they were like, let's just have fun. It's a video game. Let's
Yeah.
just have fun.
I love it. I love how goofy it is. I love it. It's so like because I don't like a lot of like I don't like shows or movies that are really serious and dark because I just like I try to keep myself as positive as I can because like life's hard. I don't have room for sad things. Like there's too much sad things going on in the world. I just have room for happiness. Like I understand why people watch them though. Like no judgment towards, but just for me personally. And so I've never played Grand Theft Auto. I think I might enjoy it, but I also love Saints Row because it's so goofy. It's so extra. And it's just like, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. But it's still like badass too, like it's great. The character customization in that game, pretty good.
I love it because I can go from making a teeny tiny. No, actually, before I go into a little tangent, what kind of character did you make for the first time you played?
Like, what do you mean? Like, just you want me to describe her?
Describe her and like her personality. I know she had a personality, didn't she?
Okay. Yeah. So like, okay. So she was just this badass blonde. Like she had like the shortcut, and then she was just kind of like almost manly in some ways, but it was like still hot. I mean,
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You could be manly and hot, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And just kind of like she was just super tough and just kind of like, I run the shit kind of thing. But yeah, and then I carried her character over to the fourth one because I loved her so much. But I love my character. Like I feel like the character customization in a game is super important for me because I like to feel like it's my, not me, but like my, I don't know how to like my
your persona.
My persona, sure. Like whatever I want to, whoever I want to be in this certain circumstance. And it's. Yeah, I love her. Like, she's great, and I'm so proud of her. She's so cool.
Yeah, every game that has character customization. I'm like, okay, I'm automatically spending 2 hours in here before the game even starts.
Oh yeah, for sure. I downloaded Monster Hunter World, I bought Monster Hunter World, and this was back when I was doing more games on stream, And I was like, yeah, this kind of looks like fun, and it's a popular game right now. Like, this could be good for my stream. I took so much time on the character customization. People are like, can you like get to the gameplay? I'm like, this is the best part of the gameplay. What are you talking about?
I would pay $60 for the best, most in-depth character creator ever, and all you did in the game was just like talk to other people, and like run like a small quest, like fetch quests. I would do that.
Yeah, that would be so awesome. I mean, this is why I love Sims, because of the character customization.
Sims is pretty good.
I mean, with mods and everything, sky's the limit. You know, you could like create anyone, and it's so cool.
Man, I think the one thing I do in The Sims when I play The Sims is build a really nice house that no one lives in, because it costs too much money for people to actually live in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, or just like I don't think I've ever actually played a game of The Sims without using Motherload.
It depends on what I'm playing the game for. So I have 2 different worlds in Sims right now. One of them is kind of my normal gameplay where I'm actually playing the game and I'm like trying to like get them to their aspiration goals and get them to have kids and then have their kids do things and just like keep going, you know, like that's kind of my thing. But then I have another world where it's more focused on, so I'm making like representations of like Disney characters right now, and then maybe I'll do like Overwatch characters, and then I'm gonna have them all live in the world and they're gonna interact with each other, and I'm gonna ship them off together, and you know. So like on there, I just do Motherload because I'm just trying to get them in a house, you know, because it's not about the game at that point. It's just the visuals of it.
Now, how nice are you to your Sims? How much do you let them like do their own thing, and how much do you let them just like, well,
I'm very controlling of my Sims because I want what's best for them. No, like I hear people all the time joke about like, you know, like torturing their Sims and things like that. Like I'm not that way. Like these are my babies and I want them to succeed in life. Sometimes I'll make a Sim that's kind of like has almost like Sims don't have backstories, right? But like in my mind, like the Sim has a backstory and they have like a dark past and they have like a drug problem or something, you know, like just, but like at the same time, I still want them to, like, I have a story for them that I want them to follow, you know, and a lot of it's all in my head, but I mean, it's like playing dolls all over again. That's really what it is.
Which I love doing when I was a kid. I didn't play with dolls, but I had like action figures, but same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah, it's all the same thing, really.
The only difference is instead of like drama and house parties, it was like drama and like fights going from the doorknob to the bed to the like wrestling ring over into the kitchen sink and then into the toy boxes, and I got in trouble for putting the toys in the sink. So you know. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, good times. Good times.
Oh my god. What's your favorite toy as a kid?
Oh, I'm trying to think. I mean, you know, there's so many things growing up as a kid. Like, I really loved dolls. I think that was kind of a big deal. Polly Pockets. Do you remember those?
Were those the girls with like the long spaghetti hair?
No, that's Betty Spaghetti.
Oh wow.
Polly Pocket. Yeah, like I knew about all the dolls. See, that was the thing. Like, I loved all of the dolls. Like, there was like those what's her face dolls where you had to stamp on her face. Like she came faceless. I'm not kidding you. That's creepy. You should look it up. What's her face?
Creepy shit.
And it didn't even like stamp right. Like it looked smeared and it just looked kind of like off. Yeah, there's so many weird dolls growing up like during the like early 2000s. But there's Betty Spaghetti, but there's Polly Pockets. Polly Pockets were those tiny ones. Mm-hmm. They had like rubber clothes that you would put on them and stuff, and they had like little mini houses. Mm-hmm. I love those. Those were kind of my jam.
I remember those now. Yeah, I saw commercials for them for sure. I remember those.
Yeah.
Now I'm not sure if like, did you ever touch Beyblades at all?
Beyblades? No, I wasn't into Beyblades. My brother was really into Yu-Gi-Oh growing up, so I was kind of. I didn't play it, but like we watched the show together, and like we liked it. You know, it was just something we were into. I think he might have played the games, but I didn't. But yeah, we had cards and stuff. But yeah, we were really young. We didn't know what the heck we were doing.
Yeah, and that was when Yu-Gi-Oh was like pure. It was like still a good card game. Well, now it's like, ugh.
yeah, for sure. Now it's like, But at the time it was like great. Like it was awesome.
I mean, there's so much stuff I want to do as a kid again.
Yeah, it's fun to think back to the things that were so important to you when you were so young.
Like I think games felt different too. I think that's not only just like how we've aged and matured as people, but like just how naturally like games have developed. Have they gone from more of a let's create a cool ass experience to what can make sure we sell copies and keep the studio open.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Well.
Like I feel like games that I played when I was younger, there's just more substance to it in a weird way. I mean, the graphics were crap and everything else was crap, but there was like more work put into it, more like depth into like I don't know, like I remember playing a Harry Potter game. I don't remember, it was like, but it was like the funnest thing, and it was just like so much to it, and like I think back and I almost want to play it again, you know what I mean? But
I think you mean the Chamber of Secrets one, right?
Maybe. I can't remember which one it was. Let me see. Chamber of Secrets was...
It was the second one, I think.
Well, I'm trying to think, because Chamber of Secrets is when they go into the Chamber of Secrets, but I'm trying to think... I can't remember if that was... I don't know, but it was really good, and I loved it. And yeah, there's just games like that just stick out in my memory that were just like really good, and I kind of want to play them again.
Yeah, I've had that feeling so much. Because actually, about the Harry Potter game, I was looking that up a few months ago. Because I was like, I really want to play that game again. Because it was super fun. It was a great adventure, like collectathon, cast spells, different secrets everywhere. You had characters you could talk to. It was just so cool and so
There's so much
fun.
to it, yeah. And I feel like I don't know, it's very like Skyrim-y, like today's video games. And that's why I love games like Skyrim. And right now I'm like obsessing over Dragon's Dogma and
That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite RPGs
you love that?
ever. I was gonna ask you about character creation in that too. That's just
yeah. It's a little finicky.
Yes.
It's a little finicky. It doesn't smooth as well, but I do like the character customization in there. It's a lot of fun. I wish I had more options, but I am tainted by Sims. So
True. Do you have it for PC?
Sorry?
Do you have it for PC or for PS4?
PC. Well,
PC.
I had it for Xbox 360 back when I had an Xbox 360. And then recently it went on sale, and I never finished the game on the 360. So I was just like, you know what? I want to get back into this, and I'm loving it. That game is so fun. I have some issues with it, but it's so fun.
Yeah, that game has so many like stuff you love about it, and all stuff it's like
how there's only like 5 places to sleep in the entire world.
It's a real adventure game. You gotta actually travel.
Yeah, and you have to like really try hard not to die, like especially when you first start out. Like now, once you've leveled up a little, but I feel like the leveling is it's harder.
Yeah, I love how if you look at it from the perspective I had, I took it from was that as you got into the world, you're new. Of course, you get your ass kicked. You're getting destroyed. But as you get up higher, after you get out of like most of Grancis, the major city, you're like, oh, I gotta take these wolves, no problem. Boop, 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 easy.
No problem. Yeah,
and you feel more seasoned too, because you feel like your combat skills go up too.
Yeah,
it just feels natural while also still being immersive and not super gamey.
Yeah. I really like it. I mean, it's a smaller game than like something like Skyrim, but there's a lot to it, and I don't know how. Like, I'm curious because I don't know how far the story is going to go and everything, so I'm curious because I've never finished it. So,
how about this? Finish it, because I haven't finished it myself either. I've logged a lot of hours, didn't get much story progression, just because I became a meat farmer. I'll go out into like the middle field and just kill cows and see how much meat I can get and be like, bad haul today, boys. Let's go. And my entire party. I love the party system is so cool. It's so pain in the ass.
Yeah. No, yeah, they're a pain in the ass, but it's cool. I like it. The idea of it is super cool that it's like other people's like own pawns that you can use, and I like that whole idea, but it is annoying. Especially when one of them decides to fall off the ledge and you're just like
So I had one named Shaquille O'Neal. He was tall, bald, and real chocolate, and like he could lift everything up. I'm like, listen, you're carrying everything for me. And one day he made me so mad. I don't know what he did. He did something stupid. I'm like, you know what? Mind you, my character is about not tiny, but like average height, like woman, not super strong.
Right.
The speedy class Strider picks him up, full encumbered, cliff, and he's like, "Whoa!" Like, heal me. I'm like, no.
No, you're done.
That's how I fire my pawns who don't do well.
I'm letting you die. Goodbye.
You get cliffed.
You get clipped.
Oh no, my favorite. I would just knock down a wolf and be like, all right, I'm choke slamming a wolf off a cliff. That was my favorite way to kill everything. It's like, I don't care what you are. You're getting choke slammed off a cliff. Unless you're a Cyclops. Then I'm hitting you in the eye with in the eyeball. Which was very, like, it felt really good hitting a Cyclops in the eye with an arrow in the eyeball.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, for sure.
I want to play that again. I'm going to have to, like,
it's a good game.
Dedicate time to it.
Like, you can, like, as I'm playing it, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely an older game compared to, like, stuff that's out right now, but it's still pretty solid.
Yeah, it's not even that, well, let me rephrase that. It came out when I was in college, and it was like, I was so excited when it came out because I tried the demo and said, we'll see what kind of game it is. That character creator sold me off the bump. And the first like few minutes of the game, it's like, hey, so your save just carries over. You want to buy the game? I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
good
so
stuff.
Great. They're actually re-releasing it for Switch too.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So I my Switch library is already gonna be full. I can't like. I have states reserved. Animal Crossing has its own spot, and then like. I don't know. It depends. If we get the funds, we'll see if we get Dragon's Dogma. Because then I just play it in bed. At that point, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So you said you had a 360. What other consoles do you have? If you have any others.
So I have an Xbox One. I have a PS4. That's about it. And a PC.
Now, what do you prefer out of those 3 or 4 if you count the 360?
You know, I want to say, well, yeah. So I don't even know if I still have a 360, honestly. I might have sold that. I can't remember. But I prefer PC over everything personally, for several reasons, like modding, and I just feel more comfortable on the keyboard and the mouse.
Yeah.
But as far as Xbox One and PS4 goes, I haven't played the PS4 enough to really determine if I like one or the other better. I think the only game I play on the PS4 right now is Fallout 4. I haven't even finished that game either, and that's been out for a while.
Yeah. To be fair, I think if an adult finishes a game, they have too much time on their hands nowadays.
Yeah, it's true. Like honestly, I have like 1 hour. I give myself 1 hour a day to play a video game because it's just that's it. That's all I get. I mean, like it depends on the day. Like for example, day, right? And usually I'll do games with subs, but I still count that as part of like my stream stuff. You know what I mean? But in my own free time, because I like to game by myself. Like I like playing with friends. I like playing with friends, but I like to just kick back and just like absorb it and just shh.
That's so nice. That's so nice.
Yeah, and so, but I only give myself an hour a day because if I do more than that, I'm not gonna have time to do all the things that I want to do.
I need to work on that because my default right now, that's one thing I kind of wish I had like an office for. Like not just my computer. I had a whole separate computer in a separate building that's like 5 minutes away by walking or like quick drive. Just out of my this is my relax zone and my work zone.
Right.
So literally my brain just does not know what to do with. So when I sit down, my brain's like, cool. Let me little Rocket League, I gotta do stuff.
Right.
Stupid stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to get off and do that switch for sure. I just have to tell myself as soon as I see that the hours passed, I have to get off and I have to just like go. Like I won't because you've seen that I have my planner that I've been using, and I schedule out everything that I do, and which works for some people, but not everyone. But
like, I'm trying. I got this calendar up here, which I have.
Yeah, that's good.
Some things. It's a start.
Yeah, for sure. And it's been good, but so what I'll do is I'll have dragon right now, it's all about Dragon's Dogma. So I write in my planner Dragon's Dogma for an hour. And then after that, I usually put something that takes me away from the computer. Because if I try to switch over, then it's just going to be too hard. So I just take myself away from the computer. And then if I need to do something else for like my stream or something, I come back to it later.
I didn't even think about that, like separating yourself away. That's actually
Yeah.
a really good idea. Because me, normally what I do is, well, I can already tell you how much stuff I'm getting done by the first thing I do in the morning. If I have an alarm set and I wake up in the morning and I have the coffee and I'm like showered and everything, I'm getting stuff done that day, no matter what. Something's getting done. But if I wake up at like 11:30, I just sit down and I check Twitter first, it's a wrap. It's done. That day's already over. I got nothing done.
Yeah.
I get nothing done. So like, that's kind of nice. So if I ever get to that point, I'll probably just like separate. Because today was a good example. I was sitting down just doing stuff all day and it felt so good. But I want to play Rocket League all day too at the same time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I feel, yeah. It's important to sort of like have a chain of habits. Does that make sense? So like, you have your coffee in the morning, you're going to go and be productive, right? Like that's how that works. Like bam, bam, bam. So it's like for me in the morning, I get up at 7:30 in the morning. I know that I'm going to go to the gym, or like on weekends or on days where I'm not going to the gym because I'm sick or whatever. I know that I'm going to get up and I'm going to go have some tea. And then I'm going to write in my planner as I'm having my tea. Like, and then that's how my chain starts. You know what I mean?
That's not a bad idea. I need to take some advice from you from actually getting my life together, because I got to start getting together in the next 6 months.
Well, if you're really looking into like kind of improving your habits or getting things done, your productivity, there's this book I don't know if you mind me mentioning.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Books all day. I love books. I don't read any, but I love them.
So there's this book that I read pretty recently, and it really kind of it's very simple things, but it was explained in such a way that it just made sense. It's called Atomic Habits. I can't remember the author's name, but it's a great book. It really kind of helped me change my perspective of how I handle myself. It's the idea that we're human and we're going to go through the path of least resistance. Like we're going to just do that, right? And so you need to make it easy for yourself to meet your goals, to get those habits, right? So you have to make it as easy as possible for yourself. So like going to the gym in the morning, like that's hard. Nobody likes to get up early and go to the gym.
No.
Unless you're crazy. But so to make it easier for yourself, you make sure your gym bag is packed and your clothes are out to get dressed in the morning. So you're just like have everything out, right? Like it's just easy. And the book talks about like changing your identity. Like I'm a productive person, right? Like that's instead of I'm trying to be more productive. I am a productive person. I'm an active person. I'm a healthy person. It's things like that. So it's a good book.
I'm gonna have to definitely probably check it out. I'll definitely ask you for the link later on.
Sounds good.
Check it off at Amazon, and I'll probably if I feel like it's a good reach, I'll put in the description down below for everybody else too. Don't worry, I got you, babies. I got you. But yeah, actually, speaking of, I've been wanting to like pick up some more books too, because I haven't honestly read a book in a very long time. Mainly because I feel like I don't have time, but I know deep down I do have time. I'm just making excuses.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
like I know myself. I know how I am. If I say I don't have time, that means I have time. I'm just allocating it towards other stuff I feel is more important.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's really what it is. Like you have the time, you just don't prioritize that.
Like, everyone has 24 hours in a day to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time. Now, sometimes you want to do 25 hours of things or even 30 hours of things in a 24-hour period, when you also got to factor in sleep and everything too. In that case, you got to kind of do your best, figure out what you want to do, what you want to get done.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think actually good thing too. I think everybody too who like streams and plays games like a lot, like, well, I'll say me. You seem like you just kind of you're set on that. Like you got a nice balance going on. Whereas
I'm trying.
Trying is half the battle. So there you go.
That's true. It's a good part of it.
But yeah,
Yeah.
more of the story. Don't end up like Sadomi, who sits here and plays Rocket League for 6 hours, does work for 30
Hey,
minutes a day.
look at, you're recording this right now. That's productive. Look
See,
at this.
Exactly. That's only because my morning. Only because I started my day off with my coffee, with my sit down. I checked Twitter after the shower, and I was good.
Yeah. For sure.
Speaking of, did you see that new Gillette ad?
So watching it, I have heard about it, but I haven't actually watched it for myself. I I could see why somebody might get upset about it, but I honestly think it has a really nice message. I think it's important to look at what we can do better as people, not even just like as our gender or whatever, just as a whole, because it wasn't just about how they treat women. It was about how they treat each other. It was about a lot of different things. So I think I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was. Yeah. Now, mind you, I didn't think too much of it when I watched it. I was like, oh, cool, another commercial PSA, whatever.
Right.
But then after seeing people get so upset on Twitter, and that's my favorite. That's my favorite thing to do. Watch people get salty on Twitter. It's better than people watching. Because
yeah, for sure. It's just like.
Because one thing on Twitter I love, you don't have a filter on like who you can see post. Versus like Facebook, you can kind of like the only people you know and follow, and like confirmation bias. But Twitter, nope, everybody, you see everybody's tweets. So what's hilarious is that people were like, "Why are you attacking all men?" I didn't see it as an attack on men at all, not even close, not remotely.
Yeah.
What I saw it was more just like, let's just generally do better by everybody.
Yeah.
Just generally be nice. Golden rule, which isn't that hard.
Yeah, like honestly, I mean, they could make the same thing but towards women, like, hey, like let's be more supportive, let's be less catty, like things like that. And I would still think it was cool, because it's like preach, like for reals, we need to step it up, like we need to be better.
And like I said, I'm always for like, now I have this weird opinion about bullying. I believe that everyone should be bullied a little bit, only because people need to learn how to take care of themselves, just in, like be able to take care of themselves.
Right. And I think it's good to know what it feels like too.
But also learn if you're the kind of person who like likes to pass on pain or if you like to squash it.
Right.
Because there are people who like to be like, hey, guess what? I'm hurting. Now you're gonna hurt. Other people are like, I'm hurting. That's okay. I'll bear that pain, so we don't have to hurt, which is fine. And also, like I was harassed a bit in middle school, but if I didn't learn how to take care of myself, defend myself, I don't think I would be the kind of person I would be today. Which definitely, like, because also in life, I think middle school, high school, like that point are the easiest times to fight back and not get the worst repercussions ever.
Right.
For a lot of people, at least. I'm not talking about every situation, of course, but I know for a fact, if I getting harassed by like a boss at a job or a neighbor or something like that, I can't have the same options I do in like high school or middle school. Like there's much more serious ramifications. Like if I punch this kid in high school, I get detention for a few days. If I punch my neighbor, I could go to jail. I could go stop voting and lose all my rights as a citizen.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So mind you, I don't think it's like people should be. Sorry, cutting off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. But I don't think people should be like harassed to like they want to end their life. That's fucked up. No, like just no. I don't think people should go out to actively look to harass people.
Right, for sure.
But human nature, you're not gonna have people who think the same way as I do, or think the same way as someone who is nice, who is nice to people is gonna think.
Yeah, I mean, if we could all just be nice and not hurt each other, then great. Like that, but that's not the case. There's gonna be people out there that are gonna try and hurt you, and that's how it is, and you have to learn how to deal with it.
Yeah, like I said, it's not ideal. Nobody wants to do it, but it does feel good when you know you can take care of yourself, but you don't have to take it to serious measures because you know how to take measures to de-escalate, to turn things back on, to just kind of work the game, work the system.
Right.
Yeah. Again, not advocating people to bully people. Don't do that. There's no need. Like, focus on you.
Right.
But people who are getting like harassed like that, take steps to learn how to prevent that from happening. Yeah, and with what's it called? Now, some people always get mad, like, why are you blaming all men for being rapists and, sexual? It's like, for me personally, I've definitely made girls feel uncomfortable. Not gonna lie, I have. I was young and stupid.
Right.
I thought it was flirting. I guess it wasn't. It was, probably something.
Right.
Now, and as I get older, I learn things. I learn what is okay, what isn't okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm okay with that. That's just how my life kind of been. I learned as I went. I still don't think people should get that mad when people are like, all you men should do this and X, X, and Y, because the way I view it, they're viewing from personal experience. And if every dog bites you, you're going to assume every dog bites.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of really great stand-up men out there. And I like to think of most of the men that have been in my life have been pretty great. I mean, I've had experiences where I've had to deal with awful people, and that's going to happen, but that's on both gender sides, I think. But I do think that there is a problem with how women are treated, and that's safe. That's fair to say.
Yeah. Sure. I've been in guy circles with guys. I know things guys do, and a lot of them I'm like, looking back, I'm like, well, that's not as kosher as I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I think back to, I think we all look back to when we were younger and
Mm-hmm.
but with that in mind, I also think back to things that boys have said to me, and I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I let him say that, like, that's awful. I would have kicked his ass. Like, like, damn. Yeah.
Yeah, luckily I grew up with a great mother who. Now, I've always dreamt around strong women. I've always known. Like, every girl I've known, 90% of them would actually whoop my ass. So I'm good. I'm fine. Like, I got that going for me. But I definitely have had, female friends who, they would do things that I didn't understand why. Like, one of my friends wouldn't walk to her car by herself at night. And I'm like, why? It's literally, it's not a big deal. Yeah. And then, overall, I was like, oh.
Because it's actually dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary. There's a lot of things that some men don't really take into account that women have to live with all the time. And it's pretty crazy. It's, again, different perspectives, right? Just learning about that.
There you go. There you go. They said the title of the podcast. But that is definitely something I always I really want to hammer in people's heads. Different perspectives of people's lives will teach you so much about everything.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So much. Alrighty, Seena, thank you so much for being my first guest on the Perspective Podcast.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. You are awesome.
Thanks. I had a lot of fun. It was great to be on here with you.
It was. I'm definitely gonna hit you up in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty. Now, if you want to tell people where they can find you, wherever you want to be found.
Yes. You can find me most of the time. Most of my nights, I will be on my Twitch stream, which is at twitch.tv/SeenaBoBeena. You can follow me on Instagram at SeenaBoBeena. And my Twitter is at BeenaSeena.
Gotcha. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'll put all these in the description down below. If you're watching this anywhere else, let me know because it was probably legally uploaded.
Oh, man.
But yeah, everyone, have a good night. Thank you. Take care. And Seena, I'll see you later.
Yeah.